but he doesn't have much background in training. Hey there, Chester.
It's just your buddies.
How is he?
He's pretty good, actually.
He looked good walking. Hello, sweetheart.
I haven't been
He
riding
looked
him.
good walking in.
Yes, I haven't been riding him a lot, but when he's on the ground and running around and ducking and stuff, yeah.
Oh, his eyes bright.
Yeah.
Remember last time I saw him, he was a little bit lame and he
Oh,
looked
yeah.
sad.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how
But
to do that.
his eye is very bright, which I'm delighted. Hello, handsome. How are you, huh?
Okay.
Why don't you
Don't
take
be
the
stepping
horse
on your
and
carrot
then
stick,
you
you.
can show me how to do this. I never remember how to do these things.
He said, I want to go see Robert. I noticed it doesn't much scare him to walk on his carrot stick.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
he
hey.
doesn't care. Yeah, he wants to leave, is what he wants to do.
He says,
He'll
I know that-
probably scream and stuff, but I don't really care to damn one of those moves.
Oh, he'll live. Oh, he looks
Right.
good. He looks really comfy. I know you were feeding him a lot of Cosquin.
Yeah, I've been doing that a long time though, but I left him alone for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and I think that really helped a lot.
They all just cooled out.
And yeah, and then
And
also
he looks like he's comfortable on his feet.
we're asking. That's the whole issue, his feet, and we're asking Robert not to cut his sole.
No, leave him sole.
Just use the
Because
brush on it.
this particular type of foot and type of horse is shallow soled.
Yes,
If you
so
take
is
up to-
Sonny.
It goes on the other way.
Oh,
That's
the-
right. Yeah, they can't, yeah,
This
they-
way?
Yep, and put it way down behind your neck, then bring it up over your ear. See how it sits on my ear?
Oh yeah,
like
like
that.
that. Okay, how's that? Does that look
They
good?
got- I don't think yours is on. It may or may not stay on your belt. Mine's not on either, 'cause I turned it up.
I wonder if I have a.
Yeah, yeah. You can go in your kangaroo pocket,
What's a kangaroo pocket?
those things.
Oh, okay.
Kangaroo.
Is that a Vermont thing or a
No,
Boston?
it's where kangaroos keep their babies.
Oh, okay.
The kangaroos have a little pocket right in the front of their tummy, and that's where the babies are born not really quite cooked all the way, and so they live in this
Oh,
pocket,
okay.
and they lie there, and they keep cooking, and the breasts are right there, and they just lie in there and keep developing.
I was going to tell you that Kramer. I want Kramer to take about 10 minutes of
Okay.
my lesson. So will you let me know when that
Sure.
would be, or maybe?
Yeah.
And that's because did she tell you that he probably has Cushing's? They didn't do the full formal,
yeah.
but he's got sugar.
Well, he's been looking at it.
Yeah, that's what Ann said too.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so he's got these wooden clog shoes that are put on with the EcoPack or
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
whatever.
so he's had trouble with his feet from the
Yeah,
sugar.
yeah, he's starting to get, and it was a little bit of rotation, just
Yeah.
slight. Anyway, so I would like you to look at him
Okay,
while
watch
she
him walk.
walks him around.
Sure.
She needs some advice on if she can ever ride him and all that kind of stuff, so.
Well, the clogs usually help with that. One of my fjords at home got to be 21 and nobody noticed, and all of a sudden she found it really badly in the middle of winter. But she's had the clogs on 6 months and she's back to hacking.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
and-
good. But her diet is very curtailed.
Yeah, and that's what you can talk to her about.
Yeah.
But for right now.
His attention is everywhere else.
And the interesting thing is, a couple of fjord mares I used to teach had a lot of problem with low-grade chronic founder, and they went to the very good farrier that's now the head guy at UPenn, got a lot of footwork done, got a lot of diet work done, and they still weren't doing as well as they should. And finally, the head vet says to them, all right, Arthur, come clean. I know their diet, but you're feeding them something else that I don't know about. He said, well, I feel so bad for them on their curtailed diet. They get a pound of carrots every day.
A pound?
Well, of course, carrots are screamingly high in sugar. He said, take the carrots away, give them each a bag of chopped up celery, which has no food value except moisture and a few minerals, and they're still going.
Oh, will you do me a favor?
Yeah, years
Will you
later, they're still
Tie
going.
Sonny to, if you can tie him here if you want. I don't care if we're right on the wall or not, you know. Yeah, can you just bring Sonny?
If
in,
Sonny's
please?
unhappy. But yeah,
No, it's gonna be fine.
the diet thing is critical.
Yeah, right, and that's what, and so those things, all those things that you're talking about, if you talk,
Yeah.
do you see them work?
Yeah, it's very, I mean, they've got to have Zippo carbs. No grass, first cut hay.
You know,
and-
and Diane's Banks, I found out, or maybe it was Laura, said that he has Cushing's,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I thought that he went out to,
He does still go on grass, and I don't know how he gets away with that, but he does.
okay, yeah, you're saying now.
But I think he gets pergolide.
It's what?
He gets pergolide
Yeah, and that's what, you have to ask Jan, she's got the main medicine.
or press sand.
Am
Yeah,
I shouting?
a little bit.
Sorry.
You don't need to shout, but I just turn it down if you're too
You know,
loud.
I'm probably forgetting.
See, I could, if I'm too loud for you, which I'm probably not because my voice
No,
is
you're
tight,
fine.
but I can just turn yours down.
All right, sorry.
He's moving really well.
Yeah, and the one thing that I've noticed is that he has a little bit tougher time cantering to the right than to the left. He can do it, but
Maybe his left hind leg isn't quite as strong.
I don't know, you know, I had that thing a long time ago.
Years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he ever recovered from that way, but no, no.
Well, and his feet look to me rounder and bigger and stronger.
Good. Yeah, and Robert says he forgets because he does so much shoeing and he starts shoeing them the way he does for people that aren't like that.
No. He needs the barefoot trim with sole left. Clean out what's extra, but leave enough sole to protect him.
Yeah.
Because the sole also keeps the structure of the foot. If you take out the sole, the foot gets too flat, and then he's not comfy.
And that's how we found out that Sonny's main problem now is he has a thin sole.
Yeah.
And Robert knew that.
And they don't even go out on rocks and stuff. They just live in
No,
the...
they just have pea gravel. That's really
Yeah.
round. That's more than.
Yeah, pea gravel won't hurt them. And this footing is lovely for them. Or the grass is lovely for them. Hi, Sonny.
Most of the time I rode outside.
Yep,
And just kind of hop down there back.
yep. Wander around the Cones field or something. He's not quite as free this direction.
Yeah, right. You'll see it. Up there.
Yeah, the left hind doesn't work as well.
In most places, but the one was very head on the front.
Yes.
And then recently, it was in the century, it did it out there.
Because with hind leg, the leg that looks quick is the sound leg. Quick at getting through to protect. We can't as well, though.
Yeah, when I'm on him, he doesn't do it as well.
Oh yeah, because if you have a problem, even a lightweight makes a difference. But he canters beautifully both directions actually on his own.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't have to really do it. So.
No, he knows you have it. I was teaching a clinic on Wednesday, and the gentleman who owns the property is 78 years old, and it was 5:30 when I was done, and out he comes with a flag and a gray Arab, and at age 78, hand walking as fast as he could walk for half an hour, and he didn't even have to catch his breath. I said, "I hate you, Jack." He powered that thing around the indoor.
78.
The man's 78 years old. I told him I could hate him. Sonny looks a little older, but coat's still shiny, got lots of muscles.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's still eating hay.
Yeah. Well, that makes a huge, like, I put my old stallion down a couple of years ago because he was still eating hay, but he couldn't eat enough, get enough hay down to keep his weight, and he never was a very good grain eater. And he wouldn't eat beef pulp, and he wouldn't eat hay replacement. And we put him down in December right before he went south, and my vet came and I said, "I need you to come put Knox down." He said, "Oh, he looks so good, I hate to do that." I said, "Well, he doesn't look that good." So he came and so I took the blanket off, and he goes, "Oh my God, you're out of day too soon." He said he wouldn't live one cold week.
Oh, really?
He was so thin. His front legs were touching. They were so skinny. And his body couldn't keep itself together on that little food anymore. But you see, handsome, huh? He's just chipper looking.
He's a lot happier now.
Yeah, he looks really happy.
You know, since he hasn't been lame all the time.
Well, when you've got to be lame all the time, you can't be happy.
Well, he is lame more than he's not.
Well, and when he was a baby, when he was 2, when he came to you, he had lameness problems. And he was so tired of being a show horse and being cranked and pushed and shoved, he hurt all over. But he puts his front feet out there about like he always has now. He doesn't act like, "Oh, I don't want to put it down."
Right.
And he's got a lovely short coat still. I don't think he's any cousin to a Cushing's problem. No.
I think, but that's breeding, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he could get it for short hair. Who knows?
Well, it's not as he's not a breeding that does have that problem. The quarter horse is not usually prone to such things. Of course, the quarter horse was once a thoroughbred, and thoroughbreds are not prone to such things. Other breeds, yes.
Yeah.
Aren't we glad we're in here? That's good. But it never hurts to keep doing whatever parts of it you can. Right. Well, your goal is to have him have fun and you have fun.
Yeah,
And the other thing, you know, if you don't keep kind of using them, you don't really know if they're not good. Isn't he funny? Like my horse will tell me, oh no, I can't bend that direction.
Oh,
and then
you
I come in
playing
and I
babysitter?
see him taking a hind caulk and scratching the top of his head.
Here, Jade. It's sunny. I'm gonna go find my coffee first. Okay.
Yeah, he's easy to reach. Ask Dan House.
He speaks loud and clear.
Yeah, I knew what he was
Yeah, he told you. And I'm sure he didn't know a flea over there, but he wanted you to know that that's big. 1, 2, 3. He can do things like that, like turn on the forehand.
before, remember when we were
Oh,
here?
he couldn't move. But he also can bend now, which is really nice. Because last time I was here, he couldn't bend. The lameness had made him sore all over. He can bend, he can leg yield, he can turn on the haunches, he can turn the forehand, whatever, that's it. Your leg is now, there you go. I have sort of a new approach. I was taught, and most people were taught, to ask for the leg as it leaves the ground, but I've been watching for a long time. When the leg leaves the ground, it already has a flight plan, which is hard to change. So if you ask for the leg as it hits the ground, he has time to process and bring it back to you and take whatever flight plan you have. So for the leg yield, you ask a little earlier. That's very good right there. Yeah. And you got a big step over.
It's hard for me to feel.
It's hard. Well, yeah. So the leg is now on the right. Now. Yeah, and then it makes a bigger step coming up. Now with the left. Now with the left. Yeah. See the step over. Good. That's it. And then he goes sideways, and you don't have to kick harder. You just have to time it right. And he went sideways. The other thing you have to remember when you're asking him to move away from one leg is take the other leg off so he can go there. He apparently has an itch there. That's right where my horse tends to have a rib out alignment. He'll tell me because he'll go there. Say, hey, this isn't good. There comes a big stick. He goes, hey man, she got the stick.
Yeah, it's true. All she got to do is pull it out.
He's a smart old fox. I'm glad we're not outdoors.
Huh?
I'm glad we're not outdoors.
I know, they're kidding me.
First I thought the radios would come on, or the fans would come on. Hello there. And then I realized, no, that's good.
It was
Yeah.
thundering.
I love that. Don't need dawn on this. Good boy.
You gotta stop taking shortcuts, girl.
Where'd you come through? Your feet.
Yeah. The kids have to get on the bus over at Randy's driveway because
Oh.
the bus won't stop. So, you know, she takes a shortcut.
Those look like begging place.
Yes, little
That's
stickers.
pretty good. Yeah. And see how loose you can keep your butt. Yeah. The looser you sit, the more you can move his back. And he's very good at moving his back. So you want to, because you notice, the minute you let go of your back, he went, didn't he? Yeah. So again, if this horse says it doesn't work, it may not be that it doesn't work. He's telling you you're wrong. You know, and because now he's sitting and swinging his hind legs, and so the front legs are not nearly so much an issue. Good. So the looser you can sit, he says, well, that silly broad got it right. Good boy, keep the seat loose.
Nope.
So instead of trying to sit still, sit loose and be wiggly. Yeah. Because when you're wiggly, he can use his back. And he's always used his back. When he's a baby, he used his back. Because he doesn't have a big, airy step. He has a long, squishy step. So you have to leave him to use his back so he can go long and squishy. This is good. But, you know, for a flat-gated horse, he has a huge amount of hock action because he picks them up and he puts them under. If he can't get his back up to move all that, he's like, well, then I can't go. So it's your responsibility to ride so he can operate, because he can only operate a certain way, the way he is. Good boy. Like, that's almost a working trot at so fully. Good boy. He doesn't have a lot of suspension, he never has. But he was bred to not. You know, a Western horse doesn't need a lot of suspension because it ain't comfortable to sit on. So whether it's Western Pleasure or reining, it's all done relatively flat. But he's really forward, eh? Yeah. If you give him a connection, then that's a word they love. They love a connection. He's doing what they're supposed to do, what Jade and I wish they'd all do, which is come look for the bit, look for you to carry him. Yeah,
He's going into his repertoire.
I see. He has apparently a. I didn't realize which quarter you put in the slot. He has a Rolodex, and he flips to the next page and says, "Ah, yes, this one."
We just put the bute in the syringe thing. I'll just do that for the rest of the week. And then, yeah, if he's eating it that way.
So is he getting Percent or Pergolide or any of those?
Yes.
Pergolide, good. It usually makes a huge difference.
Well, he's already just brighter. His eyes.
Yeah,
everything.
he probably doesn't look so miserable. Good, good. So when he stretches, don't keep him, don't drop him. Just follow him down.
Okay, yes.
So you want to tell him, it's fine, I love you to stretch. I promise I'll be with you. I'll be there for you. Because he stretches because he needs to, because it feels good, but he doesn't want you to go away. He wants you to come along on the stretch. And then when he unstretches, he wants you to still be there. If he wants to stretch more, he says, come with me, lady. Ah, that's it. Good. You're sitting on a lot of wiggle, huh? And the reason he can move is because he's wiggling. And you know, you'd be hard put too to find much unsoundness there. He's pretty darn sound. But without his back, he couldn't be. And this, with the back, is going to maintain his soundness and his physical ability for a long time. What? You're a nuisance, you know that?
She needs a friend.
You do need a friend. But I got a friend.
So what I'd like is, I don't know if we have some patterns we could do or something to kind of entertain him a little
There
bit.
are many patterns you can do.
Do you want to help me with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you want to see him Kenner a little bit or not?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see what he's got.
Lilo.
Lilo needs some kid to follow around.
Where Matt was saying, oh, we need to
What-
get a new puppy. And
Did,
we lost
did
Lucky.
you lose the old fool?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all lost Monkey.
really?
She died August 17th. But I had to thank
That's
God.
about the exact same time.
Yeah.
Lucky just disappeared.
Oh,
I think he went off
he
into
crawled
the...
off and died.
Yeah.
Now, Monkey died in the veterinarian times. Neither of us was home. And she was at the vet because she'd had a bad day the day before. And I, no. I thought for a minute you asked for a lead change.
I saw my.
You touch him with a stick. Ah,
Let's go.
good boy.
Now,
Again,
he's doing
sit,
this up and down. up
sit
and down.
loose. Sit loose. Maybe he prefers that lead. Whatever lead he wants. Well, that's okay. Happily, I had Sheba that I've had for 8 months.
Yeah.
Monkey had her pretty well trained. She's just as cute as a button.
See, that's a...
She's
yeah.
trying really hard to be the big dog, and she's doing well. Monkey had sort of half a bad day, and then she was gone. And she literally died in the vet's arms, which was okay because she adored Philippa. But neither I was way upstate Vermont, and Wilson was at GMHA. And when I left him, I said, when you take her back to the clinic, just tell Philippa put her down if she needs to. But he didn't remember to tell her that because he was busy
He
course
didn't remember to tell her.
No, his mind was elsewhere. So she called in the middle of the day and didn't get me. By the time I got her message, she was long gone. Yeah, you can catch a breath, Mill. Good boy.
She was older, wasn't she?
She was 14.
Yeah. See, Lucky was
And
15.
she'd had, well, he does canter pretty well both directions. That's interesting. Good boy. Yeah, and when they took her eye out 2 years ago, they put a fentanyl patch on her, and that did not do her any favors.
Oh,
man.
And she'd been in the clinic a month before, and her liver enzymes were perfect, her kidney stuff was perfect, and they'd all gone to hell in 1 month. And she just plain died.
They wear out.
And her little body was just too tired to keep up her soul.
Yeah.
And the little one was a little confused, and then she just took over.
Well, that's
She,
what...
she does things she never knew how to do, and we say Monkey came back and told her how. But she lived with us. Good. Yeah, try it. Remember to keep your seat light and loose.
Matt said something about getting a puppy, and I said, oh, boy.
Well, you know,
I already have a baby. I know.
yeah, you've got a wonderful little baby, but you don't need one. Good, come on.
Lilo is my...
More work, Judy. You don't need it.
Well, and, you know, we said, oh, we should get Sheba a dog.
Well,
And then we said, you know what? She doesn't want a dog. She was really happy being number one.
yeah.
Because she didn't like being number two. Good boy. So actually, he canters both leads a little bit interchangeably, but he prefers the right one.
Yeah, that's interesting because Jen and I thought you liked the left better, right, Jen?
Well, today he's preferring right, but he picked up counter canter on either side. So, but the other thing he can do is work on going slow trot, a little more trot, slower trot, a little more, changing speeds back and forth between the trots, because it makes him balance and curl his butt under.
Oh, okay.
Like that butt needs to learn to curl, it already curls.
I was gonna say, hey, look at it,
He
girl.
sits on his butt.
You got big butt.
That's
yeah.
it, well, and he sits on it. A lot of horses have big butts that, like Sonny doesn't really sit on his. But Chester sits on his.
I'm very impressed at how he sits on it and he rocks back and
And sits.
uses
His hocks are phenomenal.
yes.
We wish our dressage horse had hocks like. So see how slow you can go. All right. Yep. Now very slow. And let him go slow for a little bit. There. Because otherwise you'll get it. He'll say, okay, now I got to go. So now he can go forward. Trot, trot. Forward. There you go. Keep it all the way down. Keep going. Past Sonny. And then he can go slow again. So I like to make little patterns like slow around the end, forward on the long side. And of course, you know him in one round, he'll be telling you what to do. Now go forward. See, he was about to anyway. Go forward. Forward, come on. Tap, tap. There you go. That's a little harder. And then slow. So like H to K, forward. K to F, really slow. There you go. See him sit. Good boy. Keep your butt loose. Keep your butt loose. Yeah. Yeah, you. And forward. Well, you know, in the cowboy dressage language, A10, Beth Halakmi guy, the Morgan guy that does cowboy dressage, he says you really have two things you do. You either ride or you don't ride. You stopped riding right up there. When you sat down, he said, oh, I was waiting. So you got to be actively riding, being with him, or stop if you want to stop. And forward. So make your seat boing more. Forward. There. Good boy. And he went right long, didn't he? Now bring him back. Good. Oh, that was a huge transition, huh? Good, good. So more active when you want to go, more boring, more elasticity in the seat. Yep, big seat, big motion. Yeah, good boy. Big, that's good boy. And then just sit when you want to stop. There, good boy. When you want to stop all the way, you just completely stop riding.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
sit and be
Right.
inert, and he hears you.
That's what we were taught with Pat. And
Yeah.
Gypsy.
You want to don't go, stop riding. You either ride or you don't ride. Good boy. That kept him in it. You saw how quick it was that he told you where you were going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Now this is where we go faster.
He's smart. I mean, he figures things out.
Well,
quite fast.
I think with the rain, wasn't he Rainer bred?
No, he's halter.
He's halter.
That's why he's had so many problems, because he is so big on little
He is
little legs.
massive. But athletically, he looks like he's built to.
But you know, his
He's built to-
mother was a paint normal quarter horse, so maybe she was. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
he's built like a horse that's designed to work because he can tuck his butt and sit so well.
Yeah, it might be his
And
mom.
and the halter horses look that way, but they're not athletic like
Well,
he
they
is.
don't want him to ride them at all. They
No.
usually put them down after they're about 4 years old.
Or eat them.
Yeah.
No, it's really pig on a string because it's never going to have a job. And the thing is, this horse has had such a good time having a job.
Yeah, I credit most of it to the Prairie program because it gave us.
Well, it gave
something
you a
to do.
direction to
Yes,
to
exactly. I needed that.
Well, and he needed a direction to deflect his ugliness. Well, he was really unhappy with his show school stuff. And so he's got a job. But you also did it correctly. You did it as a training program. I think Anita took it too much as a game, meaning time out. And it's, it's, oh, Fox, he figured out how to make that thing get long, didn't he? Look at your old horse. Very nice.
Oh, yeah, he knows how to leave unless you double tie it.
Yeah, he said, he figured out you jiggle it, and then you jiggle it. That was a really good left lead canter.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, the balance is nice. Yeah, now he's going to spook and buck you off. I think he planned that.
I don't know, I think he saw something back there. He doesn't buck me off or, he'll keep bucking if he's gonna buck me off.
No, he just looked like something surprised him. That was pretty funny. He can move. I'm glad you didn't get thrown off. But he can really hop around.
Yeah, he can, oh no, this horse has blood power back there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't use it very often, so when he does, people get surprised.
I-
I'm not surprised.
I don't think he's done yet.
No, I'm gonna let him go again. I just
Yeah.
want,
You can rest and catch your soul a minute.
yeah, and let me get rid of this for a little bit.
Put the sticky
We may
back.
not need this today.
No, he's quite jolly today.
Come on.
But it looked like something surprised him.
Yeah, there was something out there.
And then he went, uh-oh, and then he went, oh, well, while I'm at it.
I think he saw the dog chase the cat for one
Oh, he's afraid of Jada with a broom. That's a joke.
No, the
Yeah,
cat
let him
jumped away.
play. You just sit there nicely. That's a good boy.
Come on in, Tanner, again.
The nice thing is he's so well trained, he knows what lead to pick up.
Yeah.
Well, he says the buck is my own addition to the artwork.
But we need to give him something to do, like cones or something, because he needs a job right now, you know what I mean?
We can put some cones out in a row for him. Yeah. Why don't you
I'll
sta-
probably just ride for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll ask Jen to bring the
Okay.
timer in, okay?
He's doing really well. He doesn't get hot or tired.
Yeah, I wish he would.
You're probably hot and tired, but he's not. Why don't we put a line right down the middle, Jan?
Okay.
Like kind of one at each light. One under each light.
All right.
That way you don't have to think. There you go. Good. Put your weight a little bit on your outside foot. There. Yeah, weight on your outside foot so it doesn't cut in. There we go. He says I'm creating my own pattern. He's also having a great time doing one lead and then the other. I don't know if you met it, but he's been going one lead and then the other. It's like, you look like you're pretty sound, Jan.
I'm doing pretty good right
Yeah,
now.
you look good.
Thank you. Yeah, some days are
She
good,
got,
some are not.
when I had Lyme disease this spring, it landed in my left hip, and everybody kept whining my cones lines were off. And I realized the other day I was putting up a new line. I said, oh, my hip was so sore. I was making short distances. Now I'm making, they're back to normal.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you do have, I mean, it's only a snaffle. You can pull if you need to. Because sometimes it's called disobedient pony. Yeah. Yeah, good boy. He says I could make my own game out of this.
Yeah, I guess.
Make sure you make the turns big enough that it's not uncomfortable for him. I think he doesn't love, like he likes a sweeping turn, but then give him a little more space at the end. Make a great big loop, like up to the door. Because he gets this, I know his eye well. He gets this look in his eye that goes, you aggravate me. That's it, now come back through. There you go. So a bigger loop at the end, and then slither down. He says, you can pick up your reins, lady. He's very funny. Very funny dude. Make a big loop down here. And the silly thing is, he doesn't offer you the big loop, but he likes it better.
Yeah, right.
But he just wants to make sure that you understand that you're responsible for everything. And he's just a silly old horse who's very, very smart. He's what, 21, 22?
19.
Oh, he's young still.
Him and Graham are both.
Yeah, my 22-year-old is still competing and winning. Wilson's 16. Wilson's
Wow.
26-year-old taught camp all summer. He's a great big strong hot Morgan. Been a combined driving horse for years. But if the little kids can ride with a Pelham with two reins, any little kid that can half-assed ride can canter on him. And a lot of little kids like petite 13-year-olds and stuff can't make the lesson horses go. But he'll always go. So these little widgets that can't ride the lesson horse can ride all over the place. And he goes to shows. They take him in classes. But if it's a big wise-ass kid, he won't go for them.
Yeah.
But the little ones, like the little 13-year-olds, he's super to them. There you go, buddy. Yeah, you can canter the line. I don't know that you can canter the turn. You can canter the line. Good. Good boy. Canter the, yeah, come on.
Let's go. He does this up in the air.
That's called no. He is built to buck. That was a nice change of lead, huh?
Yeah, he's very good
Yeah.
at that.
He's built to buck. Like Sonny, I don't think could buck if he had to.
No.
But this one could buck. He's got that wonderful short. But good boy. Yeah. Nice. That's all right. He meant. But he did nice little lead change that time.
Yeah, he did. We've been working what we were until he went in. We did. He would go.
So the sideways always gets him ready for the next lead.
Yeah, right. So we go.
And then go, yeah.
I'm sorry, I went the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. You have to go right if you want to get the right
Right,
lead.
exactly. So coach me on that just for a second. Okay, so
So go left. Now go right. Yeah, go that way. There, you got it. No, no, you got it. You got it. You went right, which is where you're supposed to go.
Yep.
And you came around here tracking left. Then when you want to change, you go that way a tiny bit. You went slightly to the right, and he instantly changed. And it was a very small difference. But you made a left turn, you came straight. You went slightly that way, and he popped it right off.
it's like my nephew says to his mother, my sister, he says, Doctor, she gets confused.
Yeah. Well, either you have a sense of left and right or you don't. Now go toward the wall. You already got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He flipped his Rolodex and he came up on the lead change page. Go that way, and you'll get the right lead. Yeah. Yeah. Go a little to the right and you'll get it. At least I'm making a left turn. I'll probably give you a left.
Yeah, it's probably good luck now.
It's better on the straight line. Or you can do it the other direction. Yep. Yep. There. And if you want to come this way, there you go. He didn't quite get changed. He was thinking about it, but he didn't do it. So also remember to get your outside leg back for the new lead.
It's kind of fun to mess around with.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you notice he's not arguing with you anymore
Yeah, right.
because you're entertaining him.
He needs a brain.
Yeah, because the rest of the day he's trying to spend the time figuring out what to do next. A little naughty. Good. Now go toward the cones when you want your other lead. There you go. You got it. Feel how it worked? He was going on this lead. You yielded him away from the lead he was on. That's how you can remember. Never mind right and left. Yield him away from the lead that he's on. Good. And you got a right lead. Yeah, yield him toward the lead you want, away from the lead you're on. And he answers it every time.
So,
We need to see Kramer.
how about, yeah, why don't we do that? I think but let me, if I put these cones out here, then what should I do with them? Maybe just 2 or 3 minutes and then I'll be done.
There's no hurry for me,
No, and I
Kathy. This
know
is your
that.
lesson.
I don't even know who's next.
Yeah, Kramer for a little bit.
Yeah. So what were you saying about the cones?
Well, do you just weave them? Do you do them like a pole pattern, or what
You
do
can weave them like a pole pattern. I do them leg yield sometimes. Sometimes I use them to make serpentines, go all the way across the ring and make a loop cross between them each time. Makes my serpentines come out real even. And you can put 2 more. You can put 1 on the end lights too. So go around the edge. And now turn and go straight across between the first 2. Make it really straight, which he's not going to want to do. Straight, 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 straight. Now bend right and make a right turn. Good. Straight across, straight across. There you go. This particular straight, this particular thing he doesn't know, but it's really good for you to have to go straight, huh?
Because he's trying to do
Yeah, there you go, trot,
side
trot.
passing. And
So the reason I have these here is because they make me make even turns and even crossings. And you could see him going, oh, there's got to be more to that than this.
Yeah.
But just like when you can't get straight down the center,
Yeah.
this is good practice for it.
Yeah.
I would put the other one this light and that light, so there's 5 of them.
Okay.
And go backward. So you can go straight. You want to go straight from the outside line of lights to the outside line of lights. Make your turn, come back across straight.
Okay, got it.
But go from far side to far side straight. And then you make a loop on the end, go back straight across. Because he's like, excuse me, this is not a pattern I know, so screw you.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
But in his life, how many patterns has he learned with Pirelli? 1 million.
Oh, yeah, right.
So he doesn't really get to tell you. But what they do is they tell you so they don't have to deal with you producing a new thing for them. That was a good work.
Yeah. My writing's okay now, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. As long as you remember to stay loose for the top.
Yeah.
Because he travels by back activity. And if you sit, you're not very big compared to him, but if you sit tight, it limits his back activity.
Okay.
And then he's like, well, you silly woman, I can't go.
Yeah, because one of the big problems, well, obviously when he's lame, I don't know what's going on, but when he's sound, then one of the big problems is to get him to, put a little more effort into it.
Right. And the more mobility you have in your body, the more mobility he can get in his.
Well, doing Kramer, I'm going to just let him roll.
Oh, that's fine. He's been very good today.
Yeah,
And you know,
in general, he's good.
Well, and it's so good for his body to get that much work
Yeah,
because, you know, he moves around his pen, but it's not like he's out in 20 acres.
right.
And I think they need the targeted work to keep their bodies well.
I agree. He's in pretty good shape.
Well, his
I mean,
coat's beautiful.
You know, because, I mean, and also his muscles are pretty good. But I do
His muscles are good and his coat's so slick, you know he's got to be healthy. Hi, Chester.
I pop on him I did a lot, even some cannering bareback or out there because I knew he would not do this kind of crap.
No, this
because
is-
he wants to eat again, you know.
And this is about the work.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's always had an opinion.
And he knows